Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to Talking Reds, where we bring you the latest Liverpool news, transfer news, and much, much more. Tonight, we are going to be talking transfer deadline day. It is coming up the last week of the transfer window. The last week going into last week, obviously, just next Monday at 7 o'clock, and we are still in the Alexander Isak saga. We're still in the Marc Guehi saga. As I mean, Naja's response just tells you everything that you need to know about his Alexander Isak saga. It's gone on forever. Feels like it's gone on all transfer window, but it is going to come to a conclusion, and that is this week. Whether it's a good conclusion for Liverpool or a bad one, it is going to come to a conclusion to the relief of everyone. I think involved, Newcastle fans, Liverpool fans, and everyone that's involved at the clubs as well. Adam said, "Good evening, everyone," and he's coming home," said Daniel. Is he joining? Is it where did he start off? Did he start off at Malmo? I don't know where he started off.
He started off at IFK, didn't he?
IFK, Stockholm, was it?
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, let's talk about also regarding the Swedish flag. There, he's clearly talking about Alexander Isak. That's what we're going to be speaking about. Marc Guehi as well. There's more big news coming out on Marc Guehi regarding this week, and there is still active talks between Liverpool and Crystal Palace for his signing, and a little bit on as well in recent hours. In fact, recent minutes, 28 minutes ago, something came out about Rodrigo as well. So just when you think that's over and done with, Rodrigo gets put out into the atmosphere again. So yeah, guys, how you feeling, boys? How are you feeling? 1 week, well, just under a week left now of transfer window. Do we sit still? Do we actually move forward?
I still think we need players. The 2 games we've played so far, yes, we've won, but haven't looked convincing defensively and in midfield. I think the front three, Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike, beautiful. Can't touch that. Maybe like a bit of cover in case you get an injury, but it's one of them. But yeah, defensively look all over the place. Definitely need to bring in Guehi, maybe even the number 6, just for a bit of cover, because that game Grafenberg didn't play against Bournemouth. I think we got overrun in that midfield without him playing. So I still think we need a couple more players, but it's one of them, isn't it?
Naj, do both get done? How confident? I know we were confident quite a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? We said Isak's still going to get done. Guehi's probably still going to get done. But as the days go on, less days left. Surely your hope of is dwindling slightly.
Yeah. I think getting to like this sort of point now where it's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Sort of like, I think with the Isak one's a bit more complex than Guehi, but for me, the Guehi one's quite a simple thing to do, which is quite kind of the most annoying thing about it. Like, we've known since June that we wanted Guehi. Like, I think it was around about the time we signed Kirkes, we wanted Guehi, and there was already personal terms agreed then. So why is it taking so long for us to just cough the money up? Paris has come out and said that he wants, 40, 45? I don't know what it is anyway. But
45, I think, was the original reported price that they wanted.
Well, today apparently it's less, isn't it? So,
which is a great price, by the way. Let's not get it wrong. That's a beautiful price for Marc Guehi. Yeah,
I said it was 60 mil. It's still a good price. Like, it's not even debatable. Like, I mean, let's think almost 10 years ago, probably is 10 years ago, John Stones went for 50 million from Everton to City, and I'd say that's possibly like sort of a similar like transfer, like from sort of where the clubs were at the time. Like, obviously Everton, when John Stones there, wasn't where they are now. They're all right then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's 10 years ago, and I think you're getting Guehi for 40 is great, but it's getting a bit concerning that I think Isak will be done. I'm still gonna say that'll be done, but I'm just getting a bit more. Someone said in the chat they're not gonna lie, I'm concerned about Guehi. I am a lot, really, because I do think Canate will pick up. Like, I think his performances will pick up, but I think I've said this about 50 times now. He's had no competition, so if he does play bad, I obviously know Leone's coming in, but if he does play bad, like last season, he didn't really play that bad, but he had some performances where he was like, "Whoa," you could put. Quanta wasn't an option; he wasn't put in. Like, so.
At least for like a Kirkes, for example, who's put in 2 games. At least Robertson's there.
Yeah. And this is the whole thing why I wanted to keep Robertson as well, because I was in a live before and I was just asking questions, and I was saying, like, would you drop Robertson for Kirkes against Arsenal? Like, I'd probably consider it, to be honest. Like, I don't think he's been that bad. I think he's just find it a bit difficult to adapt, maybe, to the
and get him in a bit of a lesser game.
Yeah, and whereas I think you get Robertson against Arsenal, like how many times he played against Arsenal? It must be 20 times easy. Must be even more.
And there's no Saka.
Yeah, and there's no Saka as well. I mean, Madueke's no slouch, by the way. Like, Madueke's a good player, but for sort of defensive, what's the word I'm looking for?
Robertson's a better defender.
Reliability.
The competence of him. Like, I think Robertson's not going to do anything. I mean, he did some rash things last season, but I'm watching Kirkes and I'm like, that goes, like when he's near the edge of the box and stuff. I'm like, I feel like he's just going to slide in. And the one thing we can't give away against Arsenal is bloody free kicks, and especially from that side as well, because that's Rice's favourite side from whipping it in. So, do we drop Kirkes for Robertson in that game? But again, with signings, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, we need sort of two for each position that are very good. I think right back locked down, goalkeepers locked down, strikers not yet. Left wingers. Some of the midfield positions are, like, I think if you're looking at like the 10, we've always got 3: Soboslai, Vert, and Elliott. CDM. Good news for me, putting TikToks out about it. Pachetic stays, so I think, I think that's the cover for Kirkes with Endo as well. Jones, McAllister. There's a lot of cover in midfield, and I think that's not the worst thing. I get what Jake's saying, that we're getting ran through, but there's just other positions that are concerning me. Like the centre back one is a massive concern for me, like, because I just think. Even the season when we won the league in 2019-20, we had 4 really good centre-backs. So, last season, we sort of got away with it. If you know what I mean? Like, we can't really sustain that. We've had the season after we won the league in 2020, we had an absolute injury crisis in defence. We had, so we can't, like, sort of go into a season with not another centre-back's knocking on the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've always had Van Dijk, and then Matip's obviously a mainstay pretty much. I like Matip, but if Matip wasn't playing, Joe Gomez, it was like it rocked between who was not injured out of them two, to be honest. Like, they're both very good.
Yeah.
But
it's the same now with Gomez and Kanate, isn't it, really?
It is exactly. But Guehi's got like not a bad injury record, so why not get him in to be that person that pushes? I sort of feel like Joe Gomez's role now is like his fullback cover. That's what I feel like it is now. I know he could play centre back, obviously, but you look at Guehi, and off current performances, he's straight in the team, isn't he? That's saying something. So get him signed.
David, I don't understand why Hughes and Edwards are waiting for. They're afraid of Newcastle. I don't think they're afraid of Newcastle. I just think regarding the Isak thing is a lot more involved in the situation. Obviously, Newcastle didn't really want to sell Isak. I think Crystal Palace are more open to selling Isak, Marc Guehi, and the money involved is just ridiculous compared to Marc Guehi. For me, I think Marc Guehi, like Nara said, it's probably a straightforward deal. Pay that 5-10 million extra more that they're asking for and get him. Yeah. It's as simple as that for me. So, the news on, that's what you're all here for, the guys. The news on about Alexander Isak. Craig Hope, the one that came out for it today, is there's a feeling among close to the club that the Isak situation is beyond repair and the sale is best for all parties. And this is what it's coming down to now with Liverpool and Isak. It all leads to Isak looking very likely to leave because we've been saying out with Naj, too much burnt bridges, too much has happened for it to all change. However, Jake, the big issue is if we don't pay up, Liverpool don't get it.
Yeah, this has been going on now, as we said, the whole transfer window, and it's been week after week, the same developing stories. As you just said there, they said it's best for both parties just to cut ties. I think that was best probably 4 weeks ago, It was looking like he wanted to leave. He came out and said, with that massive statement saying deals are made, etc., etc. I think even then it's time to go because say he does stay. Is he really going to walk in that changing room next week? Oh, you're right, lads. How you doing? Yeah. he's going to get told to do one. I mean, if he was one of my players, anyway, I'd say, nah, jog on. He's been called up for the Swedish national team, so he's going to get some minutes there if he doesn't sign for Liverpool, which is good. So we can probably look at him in January or whatever. But I think the bridges were burnt 3-4 weeks ago. It is frustrating how long it is taking Liverpool, because Liverpool are notoriously, once you want a player, bang, they're in the door. But Newcastle are being stubborn. They don't want to sell. They're refusing to sell. Newcastle, Isak wants to leave. Just let him leave. It's getting beyond a joke now.
The issue is though, Newcastle can't sign a birthday card, can they? They're rubbish.
Well, yeah, that's the issue. They're after Strand Larsen now, which I think desperate times. Me personally, I don't rate him that highly. I mean, Newcastle in the Champions League, they want to win stuff this year. He's not the guy to do that.
No, Liverpool. I always think that Liverpool situation. I've said this. We haven't done anything wrong. We've actually been respectful of Newcastle in the way that we haven't gone, right, we'll just keep throwing offers at you until you actually accept one. We could have kept going, put 110 million or put 112 million. Don't reject that, or put 115 million. We could have kept doing that the last couple of weeks, but I think the stance that Liverpool have had is sort of let them do the business, let them get sorted, and then we'll come back in with that bid and then they'll accept it. And they've just been terrible at signing players. I mean, the whole Strand Larsen thing at the minute is pathetic.
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
You cannot go to, I mean, Liverpool are doing it with Guehi, but Liverpool spent a lot this summer. You cannot turn around to all of us in the Premier League and say you've got the richest owners in the world and skimping on £5 million. You can't be doing it. You've just got to pay it and just got to do it. If you're that desperate to sign a striker, just get him signed. And then it's just, honestly, to me, it's just baffling. It's just baffling.
Would be interesting if Liverpool go for Strand Larsen now, though. Oh my word!
just
cause a riot.
I think we should have done just for the sake of it. Kev is our regular spoofer in the chat. If anyone not know, Kev's our regular spoofer. He's our own Fabrizio Romano. He'll say about 20 things, and one thing comes up and he says, "I told you all, guys." But yeah, he's our regular. Anyone watches in between us, you'll know what I'm on about. Still think we stick to 110 million with 10 for CL and PL wins. Get Guehi now for more importance to Jennifer. Yeah. I'm just going to come off with the chat as well. Deal off from we'll post the next. and he just name checks his very own. I think he must be cousins of Romano. Spoofs that many times, but yeah.
Kev, he's got a 50-50 thing if he's right, isn't he? He's at deals off. He's at deals on. It's not high odds.
If you know the thing with Kev, though, it's always negative news for us. It's always he must be a Man United fan. He's got to be. He's got to be a Man United fan. I'm absolutely. But you know what, Kev? I appreciate the dedication and I appreciate the trolling. If you're a Man United fan trolling, I appreciate the dedication. That shows absolute dedication. I appreciate you coming on every night as well. I do have a laugh to myself. As it stands, Wolves would reject an offer of £60 million plus for Strand Larsen. So that's what Naj and Jason has been speaking about, and that's the one that probably could get the exact deal over the line for us. But I just think I think 60 million is quite a decent offer. If they actually reject that for me, Naj, right? For Strand Larsen, I'm not being funny about it, but Strand Larsen did well last night. Came on and got the winners, didn't he, against West Ham? 2 late goals, came on and got both goals. Brilliant striker, but 60 plus million. Have they just seen desperate Newcastle and trying to take advantage of it, do you think?
Of course they are. And this is why I keep saying, big clubs, and I'm not saying Newcastle or not, big clubs don't operate like this. It seems like they can only sign one player at a time or go for one player at a time. If that player's, the whole Nicholas Jackson thing a couple of weeks ago, they were looking at signing him, then it's moves on to Strand Larsen. Why can't they just go for 2 players at once and try and get one of them? You know what I mean? Like Kev's doing, it makes your odds better. It makes your odds better of getting a player. But I just think the way they're doing it feels like a little bit like they're dragging it on. Isak will come play for us again. Yeah. I just think they're going to put themselves into an absolute bin, basically, of just keeping Isak, a player that they want to play for you, and then they're going to have to get rid of him in January for less money. Just get rid of him now, and then
you just don't turn up for 6 months. That's hilarious. You just don't even answer phone calls.
Well, Tevez did it. Tevez did it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And he went to Juventus after that, so it wasn't that bad for him, was it?
He can afford to have 6 months off. It's not like he's hadn't been on brilliant wages. It's not like a normal job here. on shit wages and it's 6 months off, that's that you're struggling.
Yeah.
6 months off. 6 months off. It's like just maybe go on like a vacation. Maybe go on like what is it? A gap year.
Yeah.
Go to gap year. Go to I don't know. Go to Australia. Go backpacking for a bit.
he's at there or like the
you know what? If he vlogged that, put it on YouTube, he'd get the money back anyway. That he's losing out on wages.
All the 7 wonders of the world, and he's at like near the Taj Mahal with like a backpacker.
He would make that money back. I'm telling you now, Isak. There's your answer, my friend. If they don't sell you and they keep you, set up a YouTube channel. I'll do your thumbnails for you or anything. I'll be part of it, somehow part of it if I can be. But yeah, set up a YouTube channel, go backpacking for 6 months and vlog it all. I'm telling you now, you will make that money back that you've lost in wages. I'm telling you now, people will be tuning into that. Newcastle fans will be doing live hate-alongs on it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And every other fan will be watching it just for sheer content because it'd be absolutely brilliant. It would be absolutely brilliant. There's your answer then, Isak. But yeah, people say no. People say block Clever. I'm not going to block Clever. I don't think he's crossed the line. He's not going to cross the line. But I appreciate the challenge. You know, it keeps my my sense of humour up a little bit. Newcastle signing players. I like a bloke goes to rejected. So he goes to the next one and reject him. Possibly. Let's just stop nonsense, please. What's the stadium capacity of St James's Hodge? He'll know what Old Trafford is. He'll know what Old Trafford is. Fair play to him, though. But yeah, going on to Marc Guehi then. So obviously, Alexander Isak, it's up to now. I think we got in both situations now. I know you talk about Liverpool's. I think Liverpool's got the ball in their court in both situations. I think if we do pay up for. Of course, obviously, 150 million, I don't think we're going to pay up that. But if we pay up to 130, 140 million, I think we've still got a chance of getting Alexander Isak, regardless of how many people Newcastle bring in. I think if they bring in one, I think if we pay up enough to say, all right, they'll accept it for me. I do think that. Still, like you said earlier, like Craig Hope said earlier, the report that I said was they want it ending, basically. And the best for every party right now is Isak to leave. And I've been saying that all along.
Here's a question for you both. We'll get into the last 5 days now. I mean, chat as well if you want to answer this. Do you think there's a point where Isak hands in a transfer request?
I think he should, yeah. 100%.
Is there a chance? You know what? I would say last day or second to last day. Where he gets desperate and they're still not sold him.
I think if nothing happens tomorrow, so we're on Thursday, I think nothing happens tomorrow, I think we see it Friday because the weekend's obviously going to be games on and stuff.
Games, yeah.
I just think he's done everything he can now not to avoid handing that transfer request in. And, you know, I think what's the last option for him to do? Hand the transfer request in. And
that is literally the only thing he hasn't done yet.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
I don't get it from Newcastle's business point of view either. So, obviously, PSR issues, all that nonsense. We're saying, here's the cash. Can we have him? And they're straight up saying, no, you're not having him. So what happens gets to January? He's only worth 80 million. He hasn't played for 3-4 months. Okay, here's 80 million. No, you're not having him. Year after, this is going to be a continuing cycle now till he does the inevitable thing and actually leaves the club. I just think if you're the Newcastle owners, as I said, this isn't new news. We've known about this since May, June. Isak apparently has a gentleman's agreement. Don't know about all that. He wanted to leave. Liverpool have said, look, we're interested. Just let him go. It's not that deep. But no, Newcastle have dragged it on. And now the season's here. They've got a striker who's now refusing to play. They haven't got Gordon now for 3 games because of what he did at the weekend. Who's their goal scorer now? They've got nobody. If they'd have just dealt with this months ago, could have sold Isak, had the money in their back pocket to go and buy someone. But I think it's their own fault, personally.
It is.
Just for playing devil's advocate, boys.
Yeah.
If this was Liverpool in the situation of Newcastle, say, going back to Suarez, obviously our star player, Newcastle, Barcelona wanted him, but we still got 3 layers left on his contract.
Yeah.
Barcelona, we put 150 million pounds on him. Barcelona paid 110. We said no. How would you want Liverpool to act in this situation?
But we've done this.
We've been in these situations before, yeah. But 3 years on the contract, I think.
We just acted like at the time, like when Coutinho left, obviously, we all knew that he wanted to go. We all knew, every single person. And obviously, he faked his back injury and stuff like that, whatever, we know. But Liverpool just was like, yeah, right, Cinemet, go, and just got rid of him. Like,
However, Barcelona did actually pay up.
Yeah.
What if Barcelona wasn't paying up that money?
Well, it's a different story then, isn't it? But, I mean, at the time, it was like, what, the second biggest transfer fee of all time or something, or third? So, they still paid up. You know, and then, like, the whole Isak thing is like, it's a British record transfer fee. We've already put a British record bid in. So you're not getting no money. We're not going, oh, here's 20 quid and Joe Linton's shin pads that he left on the pitch. You know what I mean? We're literally giving them a lot of money, like 100 million plus. It's ridiculous.
That they need as well. They need to reinvest that into the squad.
Well, it opens them up for 300 mil worth of PSR. That's what it does. So it makes,
there you go.
Makes them stop whinging about PSR, and they can get the players in then. So, you know, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for them in terms of they can operate the way they want to operate, and that's buy loads of players and loads of expensive players.
Romano came out earlier on for a big news regarding Marc Guehi. Also, we've been seeing different reports about Marc Guehi. Dave O'Connor said last week we expect to bid. Then we saw yesterday a report saying that we do expect. I think Lewis Steele came out and said they expect to bid coming up this week, obviously before the transfer deadline day. Romano now coming out and say, despite Man City reports on Man City, Marc Guehi's situation has not changed. Liverpool is favourite destination. Talks still ongoing, but the deal to happen before the end of the window. If it's not possible, Liverpool will be on it for 2026. Then it was backed up regarding the waiting situation by James Pearce earlier on as well. If Marc Guehi doesn't happen, then I don't get the impression that Liverpool will move on for another defender. Jake, if we don't get Guehi, how big of a mistake is this, not bringing anyone in?
Massive mistake. I mean, going back to that Newcastle game, that stupid tackle from Gordon, Van Dijk was limping. Granted, only for a couple of minutes, but he was limping. We all then thought if Van Dijk goes off, who's coming on? Joe Gomez, Endo. We're not going to be the same squad we are without Van Dijk. You know, he's a captain. He's the best centre-back in the world. Van Dijk controls that whole team. So, listen, it's football. That Gordon tackle, what did that take? 3 seconds? That can happen to any player. If that happens to Van Dijk and he gets an injury or Konate or whatever, who have we got playing there? Joe Gomez, Endo, I don't know.
That's it, yeah, Leon. Also, young lad coming in.
Yeah. But like I say, he's young. Yeah, he might come in and be brilliant, don't get me wrong, but we want to be competing for leagues, Champions Leagues, etc. It's like we had a couple of years ago, as you said. We had that many centre-back pairings. I think at one point it was Kabak and Jordan Henderson. Like, we can't really be going down to that again. You know, we've learned from our mistakes. I think we need Guehi here, but I think the reason we haven't got him in yet, I think the club's trying to be a bit clever. They know Konate's got a year left, Guehi's got a deal left. I think the club are just waiting for like a straight swap. Obviously not Konate to Crystal Palace, that'd be ludicrous. But, you know, Konate to leave, then Guehi to come in on free. I don't think we can afford to wait. 40 million, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but to Liverpool, it's not that much money for the quality player that you're actually going to get. Pay the money, get him embedded into the squad, and he'll help us massively.
Now, do you see those views as well on that situation? Because if we stand still on this, now we're looking at saying Guehi and no one else. That, to me, is an absolute joke. If we don't get Guehi, and if we don't pay that, and if it is Guehi or no one else, then pay the fuck up for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's mismanagement or anything like that. Like, we all know how Liverpool operate. We don't scattergun like other clubs, you know. We want the man. We will get the man. Do you know what I mean? That's what we usually do in terms of, you know, we'll have our eyes set on him and stuff. Sometimes we don't get him because they go to other clubs in the past, like, you know, Caicedo and stuff like that. But when we've wanted a player, we've been scouting them for years and we've wanted them for years. Like, it's not just something that happens like you know, just willy-nilly. Like, I'll even tell you a funny story, actually. You know, the new goalkeeper, we got a third-choice goalkeeper, Freddie Woodman.
Yeah, Woodman, yeah.
Do you know Michael Edwards scouted him in like 2000?
Yeah, we've spoken about this, yeah. Same with Isak, same with Florian Wirtz. I wrote an article on the Florian Wirtz thing when he was 17, 18, I think he was scouted, spoke to his parents.
Yeah. And it's like, that's how much work goes into this. Like, I presume Liverpool have spoken to Guehi possibly 2 years ago, that like, or within that time frame, because they've known they would have got an inkling that he's not going to sign a new contract and stuff like that. And yeah, like 2 years. I mean, 2 years ago, Guehi's 22, and he's already starting for Palace like week in, week out in the Premier League. Really, really good high level defender. People forget that he's actually 24. You know what I mean? That is insane. He's actually younger than Kanate. So, you know, we're looking at it like that point of view. Like he's not very. I mean, he did have an injury last season. He's not very injury prone. He's very commanding. He's got a very like, you know, he passes the non-dickhead test, doesn't he? Like he's a nice guy. Like he's a very. You know, you can see like the way he speaks. He's very well mannered and stuff like that. You know, we obviously do that a lot with players. And like I say, it will be Guehi or nothing, but we do need to pay for it. We need to just do it. We need to do it now because it's just leaving us short. It leaves us so short to the fact that, like, you know, we could lose out on a cup next season, and that's what it would be. You know, what's the winning for the Champions League next season? 300 million, something like that, isn't it? Something crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
I might get to Club World Cup as well. You know, seen how much money that's in that.
Well,
No.
Well, put it this way: Guehi's fee is 10% if we win the Champions League. 10% of the fee winning the Champions League. It's not a bad deal, that is it?
No.
So that's what I'd sort of look at it as, that point of view. But yeah, I mean, well, I'll ask you two question: are you happy with just so? Say for example, Guehi comes in, and we don't get Isak until January. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I'd say content.
Yeah.
I can't smile. I might go.
Yeah. A little smirk, maybe. Little.
Smirk's too far.
Is it too far?
Well, maybe a head nod or something.
Yeah. Nod of approval.
A wink.
Maybe a head nod. Approval, but not like, oh, yes. But yeah, I think it's a dangerous game to play. We are showing both areas. But like I said, I've been saying up front, we're not that bad in terms of goal scoring. We're getting us goals. It's just when you look at it, especially the other night against Newcastle, look at the bench. The only thing we've got to back up for forwards is Rio and Chiesa. That's a jerk. And that's not on Rio and Chiesa. 2 brilliant players. Yeah. 116 good and 17. And Chiesa, we can't rely on injuries.
The thing is, though, if you still look at it from this point of view, which is what I look at it, is like, I know Chiesa can play up front, but Engamoa and Chiesa are both wingers. You know, that's the right amount of cover, you know, for both positions, like left and right. The worrying thing is, like, it's just we've got one striker, haven't we? Like, one actual proper striker. Like, I know Gakpo, Salah, I know all of them can play up front, but as an actual traditional number 9 or 9.5 or whatever you want to call it, we've only got one. And it's a lot of pressure on one man's shoulders. But I mean, hey, he's taken to it well, hasn't he? So who am I to say? But I'm just kind of worried. Like, I don't want us to get burnt out by come December, because there's a lot of games, and Salah obviously goes to AFCON. That's one less option. Yeah. So that's Chiesa on the right or Engamoa on the right. And then we just got literally all we'd have then is Engamoa as the backup, because you got Gakpo, Chiesa, Ekitike. That'd be your front three, and then the only backup would be Engamoa, which is quite scary actually, because that's when Salah goes to AFCON. Which
you could squeeze Elliott out wide, but I know what you're saying. Out and out attackers, yeah.
I know Wirtz can play. I'm not including Wirtz in that. I know Wirtz can play on the wing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, is like traditional wingers and attack and strikers. We've only got that, and you know, if Isak does, that's why we need Isak. We need a forward anyway. You know, that covers us then, I think, for the positions up front.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alex says here, our defence has fallen apart because Madrid unsettling Kanate and lack of options, because Leone won't get used, apparently not experienced and too young, but Rio is fine. I was very surprised we don't use Leone this season much. Very surprised at all. Keep liking and subscribing all. 72 on that line. Only 15 likes. Get this to 50 minimum, said DB. Yeah, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, because we do give you daily content on here as much as we can. We try to be one of the most frequent Liverpool channels out there to give you all the latest news, watch-alongs now this season, previews, match reactions, everything you'd want as a Liverpool fan. This is the channel for you. So yeah, as Nat said earlier as well, there was a little bit of a news on Stefan Bajcetic staying, according to Paul Joyce. He's set to stay after working closely with Arne Slot on the coaches. He's also counted on their own goal list, which is a good thing as well for us. And we've been worried about the DM situation. I still think we need a DM, but it's not. I think it is important, but because I'm so focused on getting that centre back and so focused on not getting a striker, and I thought, we're not going to spend that much anyway to get a DM as well after that. Then I'm not too bothered, but I am bothered at the same time, silently. Naj.
Did you see my video on Bajcetic? Did you watch it?
No.
So
I did.
Jake's seen it. Oh, Jake comments on it. But because I'm like a really big fan of him. Like I think he's sort of like been forgotten about. Like, and I think because he got a big injury and he went out on loan to Salzburg with Linders, and it didn't really work out. I mean, it didn't work out with Linders at all there, did it? And then they went out to Las Palmas last season, and it's very interesting, because I thought, because I knew he had a really good season at Las Palmas. Like everyone was like talking about him in the league, saying he's been really good. So when you delve into it, like he's second behind Adam Wharton in progressive passive forward as a DM. He's second behind Adam Wharton in ball recovery as a DM. Obviously, it's in the league, it translates different into the Premier League. We know that. Basically, he was pretty much always behind was Adam Wharton or like one other player. So he's like second on pretty much everything in like defensive actions, passes forward, long balls. Like I went deep into it basically. I got really deep into it, but everything was really positive. Everything was really, really positive. And obviously, he's a natural DM, isn't he? Really, like that's what it sort of. Obviously, I know he could come through as a centre back in the academy, but I always think with Bajcetic, he deserves the chance because when we was absolutely crap, he was good. He was playing in a disjointed, woefully slow, bad midfield at that time, and he was like a shining light in it. So he should be getting a little bit of reintroduced back into the team now. I think he's definitely gone out. He's looked like he's bulked up a little bit as well. It looks like he's put a bit of weight on, and I think that would be for me for Gravenberch, like Bajcetic, obviously he's similar age. I think he's 20 now. Why not learn to be the CDM now? I think he's just got a lot of good attributes. And
do you think that's his best position?
I think it is. Yeah, I think he's a really good DM. He's almost like he's a good 8 as well, but he likes winning the ball, doesn't he? Like he's like attracted to getting a defensive position. Like I see when you watched him play. I mean, the Villa game shines very bright for me. Like a few seasons ago, obviously he scored in that game, but he was everywhere, wasn't he? He was absolutely everywhere. He was turning everyone from picking it up from the keeper, spinning, and then going into the hole and passing it out and stuff. I think he's got a good, he's got a bright future ahead of him. But I just hope he gets some, same with Leone as well. I hope he gets some minutes this season in like the cups, and like Bajcetic, I think will obviously because he's already got that established like sort of, got about 15, 20 games under his belt, didn't he, in the Premier League? I think he's going to obviously get the rest for Gravenberch. This is what we need, that rest for him, and I think that's what probably. With Slot now, he's probably looking at it like, you're 20, you've been out on loan, you had a really good loan last season. Why don't you have a crack at putting you in the team and stuff? What's the worst that can happen with him, right? He's young enough, he's homegrown. You send him out on another loan. That's and
especially when we need that cover anyway.
Yeah, and obviously I think Endo will be going next season, and that's what Bajcetic will become, that player to be behind Gravenberch, which I think it's wild saying this as a young player, but I think he's obviously got a lot more potential. I mean, Endo's at the end of his career, let's be honest, but I think he's got more potential to do better because he's already been starting at Liverpool at 18, 17. So like you can't be rubbish if you're doing that and you're getting 20 games in your belt. So come on, Bajcetic, don't let me down.
I see attributes of a number 8 though in him a little bit. I think he's good enough to play DM and 8, but I think when we last saw him 2 years ago, wasn't it? We last saw him properly for Liverpool under Klopp, and I saw similar in when I watched Declan Rice. I thought it's just when I watched Declan Rice at 6 at West Ham, and that's why he was, the best six in the league. That's why he was at the time.
Mm.
I just thought there's too much in him going forward to offer a little bit more as a box to box. And I saw the similar to Bajcetic. A couple of times he got forward and in the way he strides, it was quite Gerrard-esque the way he strides. His strides were like long legs.
He eats the ground up, doesn't he?
He eats the ground up, yeah. And he gets into the box. I remember that. I can't think who he scored against when he got into the box.
It was at Villa.
Was it in the cup?
The one where it's Villa where he went round the keeper.
Yeah.
It's Villa, yeah. Green kit.
Was that cup or not?
No, it was the league.
But yeah, things like that. I think as a DM, I think he's too restricted to do that. Oh, he's not restricted, but if he does do it, it leaves massive gaps. That's why Gravenberch for me. I'm like, ooh, is he a DM or not? Because he wants to get forward. Gravenberch, you tell he wants to get forward.
I think
as long as he's covered.
I think Bajcetic is more of a DM than Gravenberch's a DM. Do you know what I mean? Like I think.
Yeah, because he's defensive. Yeah, he's come through as a centre back. Yeah.
I think Gravenberch has got. I mean, you're not going to see Bajcetic start doing like pirouettes and like Cruyff turns and stuff like body feints and stuff like Gravenberch is, but I think just I don't know. Yeah, you are right with him being an 8. He's got that like he eats the ground up, but in a 6 that's also good, isn't it? Because if he eats the ground up in 6, like he can play like a higher 6 and drop in quicker because he's got the pace. That's why
it could cover the full-back areas as well.
Well, that's basically what Gravenberch does now, doesn't he? Like with not as the good as defensive attributes as probably got Bajcetic has got, because Gravenberch's so athletic. He's in, isn't he? He's back there. He's a man behind the ball, and I think it's a similar thing with Bajcetic, but he's got the natural defensive side of him because of playing centre back and playing as a DM before. Whereas Gravenberch's only done this a season. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Going on to then the Rodrigo news. So we said we had the Rodrigo news. It actually came in from Dean Jones earlier on. Liverpool attempted to make a deadline day attempt to sign Real Madrid star Rodrigo if they are unable to convince Newcastle to sell Isak. As boss, Arne Slot remained determined to improve his attacking options at Anfield. As we said the other night, we did see some very thin attacking options from the other night. However, Real Madrid selling Rodrigo on a deadline day is a no chance, is it, Jake? Absolutely no chance.
No, not from a club of that magnitude. They're quite stubborn in their ways. I think if they wanted him to go, then they let him go months ago. Because we've had this. He's been linked with Liverpool, City. He's been linked with someone else as well. Could even be mind games from Madrid there, to be honest.
What did Jen say there? What is the actual news? So summarize up the news that I said earlier on. Isak, according to Craig Hope, that around Newcastle as a club and the ownership, they're starting to see the best probably situation in this. The probably best conclusion right now is to let Isak go for all parties. Guehi is regarding this week and potentially going back for Guehi. However, Palace will not sell unless they get the asking price that they're asking for. And Liverpool, if they don't get Guehi, they're not getting a defender. That's a big worry to me. Bajcetic is set to stay at Liverpool. And a little bit more on Leone as well. He's set to be called up to Italy in the international break, which is a good thing for him. And a bit on Ryan Gamoa, because obviously he did decide to leave Chelsea. And Chelsea's not happy about it all. They want compensation. They're angry that they lost Ryan Gamoa. And they are wanting the compensation. I think it's worth paying that compensation, don't you, though, Naj? If it settles things, it's fine. It's worth the money at the moment.
We'll pay it. Like it's. I was watching Danny Murphy before on a radio show. Let's say that, and they sort of work it out from like the ages and like education. It's like a formula or something. The way they work out the compensation fee. But listen, how many times has Chelsea done that to players throughout the country? Like there must be about 1,000 players that they've done that to. So taste their own medicine for once, eh? But yeah, I think just pay it. I mean, Liverpool will pay it. They're not even going to be bothered. They'll just be like, yeah, sound. Because I think we had it with Elliot and Solanke, didn't we, as well?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't think you can. I believe you can't. When you sign a player from who's not been on a scholar, because he wasn't on a scholar at Chelsea.
Yeah. He's too young for a professional contract as well.
Too young. So if he was at Chelsea now, like because he's 16, he would technically. Well, he's on a scholar at Liverpool, but he would be on a scholar when he's 16. Because it's like your college, isn't it? The way it works. So yeah. So I don't think you can. charge like a fee of a player? Do you know, like one that's on a scholar compared to one that's not on a scholar? I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to work out, but listen,
Insurance, like compensation.
I'd pay 10 mil. Wouldn't you? Would you pay 10 mil now?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what we're going to get from Rion Gamora in the seasons to come? What we're going to have him at least? He could be here for life. I don't know. Really, we'll get him at least. What is he now? 17. So till 20. I'd even take him for 10 years. And if he goes in the prime, he goes in the prime. He's not. He's not brought up. He's not a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
So if he's here till 27, goes in his prime, then fair enough. And in those 10 years, he's going to make up more than. It's going to be like 100. He's going to turn into like 150 million pound player.
100%.
The way he's going.
About Joe Gomez for 11 seasons now. 11 years.
Wow.
I wonder what the percentage of how much he's actually played in that.
I think he's definitely at 300 appearances though. He's got to have done.
Damon, how much do you think the price will get Isak on deadline day? If it goes to deadline day, mate, I can't cope with it. We will see some desperation moves then. We'll end. You know what Liverpool do? You know what Liverpool going to do? All this, we're going to sign panic buys on deadline day that we always used to do. Which, right then, guys, a question for you two and the chat. Which two panic buys we made buying? Centre back, striker, throw one out there. Which panic buys we're going to make?
I think we need a centre back more, personally.
Yeah, but which panic buy would we do? Got to throw a random name out there.
Nathan Ake.
That is a random name.
Nathan Collins, why not, man?
Remember, though, panic buy is also a bad buy usually for us.
Yeah.
So Ake's actually a good buy there, and now you've actually got Ake.
Ake is Everton one, don't they? You know that. And Newcastle.
Good luck with that. But yeah, how much do you think price will get for Isak? I think the price will be 135 million tops. 135 million, that's an all-round price. That's the tops. So that's including add-ons. I'd say about 120, 125 million, maybe a fixed fee, and then whatever in add-ons. I think it'll go to 135 altogether. That's my presumption on that. Damon, how are you? Isak could go to Liverpool now, and Strand Larson, Vista should sign for 60 million add-ons, but for Larson and Vista deal for Newcastle now, Ray. It's we're really heavily relying on Newcastle a lot here, but again, with Wolves and Larson, they didn't want to sell him, but now it looks like they're open to selling him. But again, they're going to take Newcastle to the cleaners a little bit because they know Newcastle are desperate. They know Newcastle, if Newcastle sell Isak, they've got the money. And this is the issue now. We have it so late in the transfer window. The Guehi one, that can go back to the end because at the end of the day, Parish has already said he wants to either sell or don't let it go for free next season. So that can work in our favour. But regarding Isak, the longer the Isak deal goes on, that does not work in our favour at all.
No,
it doesn't, because Newcastle's put their feet in even longer, even more into the ground, and they're not selling him. Simple as that. And like I said, if Newcastle don't bring in their replacements, in which clubs are putting bigger fees on, taking advantage of him, then they simply don't go. Colin said here, Joe Gomez has 150 PL appearances in 11 seasons. He's quite poor, really, for 11 seasons.
it's got to be more than that.
What's his total? In like all
together. 1 second. You guys
243. There we go.
243.
Is that so? Is that actually 150 million Premier League pieces?
150 million?
Yeah. I wonder where I got that number from.
Yeah, I wonder where. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, it says 243 Liverpool appearances.
Yeah, 150 Premier League appearances, yeah.
I thought it was more than that.
Wow.
That's poor, that. I said it'd be poor.
How many's Konate got? By
So Joe Gomez 150 Premier League appearances, 5 assists and no goals. Konate is on now. Premier League appearances 83.
I mean, he's injury prone as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's one. What did Matip get? Because Matip was there from when about a year after Gomez.
150, bang on.
What? Matip?
Yeah, 150, bang on.
And Matip retired 2 seasons ago. Oh.
And Matip didn't come through this country.
Yeah, no.
So, like, your Premier appearances usually, if you're an English guy, you usually gonna have more chance of getting the Premier League appearances because you literally brought up and you straight into the academies over here.
I think how many games did he play at Charlton? He wouldn't have played a lot, maybe like 10. Because he
In the Prem, was he in the Prem with Charlton?
No, it was when
No, no, I don't think he was.
2014 we got him. 2014-15 that season. Joe
He made 21 appearances in the Championship for them for that year, 14-15.
Yeah. So he's only played 171 league appearances.
It's quite poor, really.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Gomez stealing wages.
He's been injured for at least 4 years of being at Liverpool. At least.
That's mad.
I wouldn't say he's scamming the living, but he's doing all right, I tell you.
Can't LFC drop 45 million for Guehi? Well, I think that's what we're all saying now, Alex. I think that's what we're all saying. If it's Guehi or no one, and we don't drop 45 million on him, then that's just, I think that's a big mistake. Big mistake for the season. Why aren't Newcastle looking at Isak money as funding meet the asking price of potential incoming? Yeah, I think that's what they should do. But again, if you're looking at that Newcastle money, that Isak money, then clubs at this point in the transfer window are going to absolutely fleece Newcastle because they know they're desperate, they need a striker, and they're just being paid. You go out right there, you go to a market, for example, and you're working on a stall in the market, and you see someone, I don't know, drop their umbrella and it blows off in the wind, and you see them coming, your umbrella's a £5. Are you knocking that up to £10? I mean, just watch the umbrella fly away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's called just sheer marketing. That's just sheer business. Business is business. That's what that is. It's taking advantage of someone that needs it at that point. Welcome said, Colin from the States. Whereabouts in the States are you, Colin? I know we've got a listener from called Juan who works in Las Vegas, one of the Las Vegas hotels. He's at 125 plus 15, Guehi 35 plus 5. I think that would be perfect for me. If we got Guehi and Isak, 10 out of 10. If we didn't get them, it sticks at 7. It sticks at 7. And if Kanate continues like this, it could even go down to a fucking 5.
Yeah.
Just to simply not get another centre back. Because if Kanate continues like this, we can't deal with that. Still no second bid for Isak. What the fuck is going on? Liverpool said Essex Red. Who knows what's going on? Honestly, who knows what's going on? So before we do go this tonight, also this weekend, we do play Arsenal in a big game. I won't be available on Friday. I will be coming back on tomorrow for our normal show at 7 o'clock. But on Friday, I won't be here. So speak about the Sunday game against Arsenal. Big week again in the Premier League. Obviously, Saturday we've got Chelsea, Fulham. Then we've got Man City play on Sunday, the same as us, away to Brighton. It's a tough game for them, that. But us, Arsenal, we spoke about Arsenal last night, Nigel, and said that they potentially have better depth than us, which is ridiculous to say the situation that was in last season.
Yeah, they do.
Are you worried at all about the Arsenal game?
No, I was saying to Jake just off stream, actually, I said that I'm not actually worried about the game, I'm worried about Kanate. Yeah. I think we can score goals. I mean, we scored. Can't speak. We scored 7 goals in 2 games. So it's quite clearly that we're not got the issue of scoring, which I didn't think we would anyway. It's the other end, isn't it? Like, I don't think I can deal with another close game. I mean, it's going to be close games. I know I'm saying this to myself. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal, but I'm just really worried about Kanate because, once Semenyo sort of knew that Kanate was on a stinker in the first game, played on him. Yep. And then the second game, Gordon played on him. Every single ball went through. He went to Kanate. I mean, it's going to happen anyway because you play next to Van Dijk, who's an absolute.
Yeah, you don't want to go near him. Yeah,
he's just so good. But it's what gets me though is like Kanate last season was a bit like get a bit annoyed that he wasn't getting the plaudits like Van Dijk does, and like this is why Van Dijk always gets the plaudits because how many bad games does he have? 1 in about 50, and it's not even a bad game because compared to other centre backs, it's like he's had a bit of a wobbler there or whatever, but it's like 1 mistake in like 50. Whereas like Kanate's had what we counted the other day
50 in 1 game.
But he's been a fault for 3 goals now, hasn't he? Like
Yeah.
The a Shula goal the other day. I don't know what he was doing. He's usually so commanding in that area as well. He'd be winning that 9 times out of 10. The Semenyo goal, I don't know where he was going. I think he was running to Wavertree or something. I don't know. He was just running away. And then I think probably the other goal as well for Bournemouth as well. Probably at fault for that. But yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident we can do it. We've got people are bigging up Arsenal. They beat Leeds 5-0. It's Leeds, like they're not Leeds. Leeds just got beat by Sheffield Wednesday, by the way, who played a lot of kids. So, do you know what I mean? Like, don't be too, like on Arsenal that they're playing amazing. They're playing good, but they're not playing amazing. And like against United, they're fortunate to get away with it. I mean, we can say this because we've won both our games, but so have Arsenal. But I think United were the better team. Same way Newcastle was probably better than us the other day, but they got away with it. We've got away with one. They've got away with one. And this is the game now where we sort of both are going to come into it and see who's the big boy potentially for this season. So I don't know. I'm going to say, I said a draw. I said 2-2. But I'm going
I'll take a 0-0 at this point. I'll just take a clean sheet.
I'm going to say 1-0 Liverpool, right? And do you know I'm going to say this? Because I hope Canate pulls his finger out. And I hope everyone pulls their finger out of the back. I believe Liverpool can get through a game and not concede against Arsenal. Call me stupid saying that. But they've got 2 new attackers. And they've got the best player out. Saka's out. So
is Maka back? Do we know anything about Maka? I've not said anything about his baby actually being born yet.
Could be.
I hope so. But then if he's not, then it's understandable. And then their family's family.
Yeah.
James Pierce actually come out 5 minutes ago saying Marc Guehi joining for Liverpool is when rather than if. If he doesn't join this summer, he'll probably end up at Anfield next summer. I think that's where it's going,
I seen someone say as well.
They're setting us up now that it's going to happen next summer.
Yeah. I seen someone say as well, because it's a World Cup year, he's not going where he's not guaranteed to play. But at the minute, he will be guaranteed to play. His name will be probably... You look at that team sheet every week, who's guaranteed to start? Alisson?
There shouldn't be many guaranteed to start anyway, regardless.
Well, looking at the star players, Alisson, Salah and Van Dijk, they're going to be on the team sheet week in, week out. Gravenberch, yeah. The rest of the lads, their position kind of is always up for grabs. Kirkes hasn't been great. Robertson could even play at the weekend. I don't think Jones played that great. I got a bit of hate for that on social media. I don't think he played that great against Newcastle. Rio and Gamoa, he's not going to start against Arsenal, but you know what I mean? If he keeps doing well when he's coming on, scoring goals, would he eventually get a start? Do you know what I mean? So I think, of course, Guehi would start, especially judging by the way Kanate's playing as well.
He's also said one thing, he's also 50-50 on Isak. Fucking sit on the fence, James. Fucking, I'll get the fucking splinters out your ass.
It's Kev.
Fucking 50-50. At least give me at least 51-49 one side.
60-40.
You know what, though? If you look at it from this point of view now, that's why I asked you the question before. Would you rather have Guehi now and then, we got Isak in January? Reason why I'm saying that is, look at the attacks, fine. It's not depth. The depth's not great, but
yeah,
we're creating, we're scoring. Wirtz is only going to get better. He's going to link up more with them. Wirtz will start scoring. Wirtz will start assisting. At this current moment in time, Guehi comes in and Guehi starts. And
100%.
that creates a vacuum for Canate to go, I've got to pull my finger out now because I want to go to France. I want to play for France next year in the World Cup. I'm pretty sure Deschamps has got him considered to be captain or something as well. I've read or something like that, or potentially. So, what more of a better thing to do than bring a high quality Premier League centre back in? It's going to push you for minutes because you will up your game. You will up your game. So it's got to be done. Guehi for me is 100% going to be done. No waiting till next year. Stupid.
No. Would it surprise you if you did wait?
I don't think Slot wants to wait. I'll say that.
It's not up to him. We've seen that before. And they'll come out. Slot's going to come out regardless of what happens. If we sign no one, Slot will have to come out on next week after the Arsenal game and say, "Well, I'm happy with my squad." That's what he'll say. It's a standard thing. He's not going to push out there saying his squad shit. He's not happy probably internally. It's the same, exactly the same at Jurgen Klopp. Is why Jurgen Klopp fed into it a little bit, but he's not going to throw his squad under the bus.
If Salah ever becomes a manager, he'll be the most bluntest person ever, only because he just goes Salah, because he just goes, "Is the squad better than that Vinci? Is the squad better than that?" But no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need. I love a fair honesty, but then he's not going to do that in a position like that. I think he's more on the journalist asking the right questions. When Klopp was asked that time in the infield about the midfield, and he laughed, and the fucking interview lasted with him. It's like, no, it's not funny. I don't find it funny at all, because that season we dropped off massively because of the midfield. I didn't find it funny at all to me personally, but yeah, I just think journalists do need to do better in terms of asking better questions and really press on certain situations. But again, if you press the manager, it's not really their fault. Maybe ask different questions for me. But yeah, we have got a AFL Cup starting tonight. Obviously, if Emmy's in the chat, good luck. Come on, Grimsby, fuck them up. I'd love Grimsby to fucking beat him, man, tonight. On penalties, just to piss him off. What's that?
Have you seen that? Grimsby've got a better head-to-head than United.
Have they?
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter. It was like Grimsby have got 6 wins, 4 draws, and then United only got 2 wins. But
United have actually gone strong and all.
But it was like the last time that was in 1945.
Fucking hell. Grimsby is a big. It's big. Is it a big like port town?
Fish in it. Get your fish.
Yeah, but yeah, they've actually gone strong tonight, Man United.
Isn't it Champions League as well tomorrow? Champions League draw
tonight.
Oh, is it tonight?
The draw's tomorrow, but the last round.
The last round's tonight. So Rangers play tonight. Celtic went out last night to Kairat from Kazakhstan. Rangers play tonight to Club Brugge.
I think Rangers might not get through, as well.
No, they're 3-1 down because Club Brugge with no chance. Club Brugge are good at home.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I think if you want predictions for tonight, guys, I do follow football as a whole. Nigel know that. I know about European football, world football. So tonight, I think Benfica go through, Club Brugge will go through, and I think I've got a sneaky feeling Basel might actually sneak a win away to Copenhagen somehow. Don't forget the Grimsby win. Don't forget the Grimsby win.
What about your other team, Bodo Glimt?
Bodo Glimt to my boys. Bodo Glimt, watch out for Bodo Glimt. Didn't they get battered someone the other night?
Yeah, they're through. They're in the Champions League.
Yeah, they lost 2-1, didn't they? And they won. They battered them in the first half, didn't they? 5-1 5-0 in first game. So Bodo Glimt to win Champions League. Right now, I want Bodo Glimt. I want Liverpool to get Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt I've been following for 10 years. Naj knows this. 10 years been following these, saying, watch out for these. I think it's when I've been following for a long time in the Norwegian League. They came up from Norway. They took over Molde. They're the best team in Norway now. Molde are no longer that. No, not Rosenborg either. Bodo Glimt to the team. And that's where, do you remember J. Org, used to play for Frankfurt, striker?
Yeah.
That's where Bodo Glimt came from. I'll tell you why, I used to watch him not watch him every week, Bodo Glimt every week. He used to score for fun every week. Yeah. And didn't he go to Serie A? Who did he join from Serie A?
Didn't he
go to went to like Napoli or something, didn't he? Or something like
that. Was it not Torino or something?
Could have been. It definitely Serie A.
Yeah, he did go Serie A though, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want Bodo Glimt in that thing. I'd love to go visit Bodo Glimt as well.
Sick stadium.
It is high up.
It's the most northern.
It is high up,
isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's hard to play those Norwegian teams up. I think Tromsø are quite high up as well. That's why they've got a good home record usually.
I think it's Glimt and Tromsø are the 2 most northern teams in the Champions League, in Europe, let's say.
Give me Bodo Glimt, that's what I'm saying to that. And then Europa League and Conference League on tomorrow. Yeah, thank you for watching tonight. Guys, make sure you do hit that like button for all your Liverpool latest and obviously just football general knowledge in general, just like that. If you want to hear about things about Bodo Glimt and teams like that, this is the channel for you. I'm telling you that now. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're on the road to 1.5k subscribers. 1.3k we hit last night, so we're getting there. If we can get there before Christmas, it'd be nice. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Speak to you all later.